Yesterday, we found out something very interesting. Perrigo's CEO actually owns stock in Mylan. Now, Rob, this is weird on one level, but it's also hypocritical and maybe even dangerous.
Yeah,
Tell us about it.
it's a very bitter battle. So Perrigo is saying, this Mylan's an awful company. You don't want, our shareholders shouldn't want their
governance.
It's awful governance. They've got risks
declining.
Their core business is under risk because one of their biggest products is going to face generic competition.
Right.
They're unfriendly shareholders because they did this in Dutch thing where it's a poison pill basically,
Mylan is
based they're headquartered incorporated in Netherlands, and they used that to see off a Teva bid, and which was
Teva,
worth
another rival
for a much higher price.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying, okay, shareholders, don't just totally ignore this bid, just go away from it. But it turns out that actually the CEO of Perrigo, Joseph Papa, owns about $250,000 worth of Mylan stock.
When did he buy this?
Well, he bought it in March. He bought it it was a couple days after there was a newspaper story saying that Teva might buy Mylan.
Right.
And what do you know, it turned out about a month later that Teva actually did put an offer in for Mylan. The problem is that Mylan, during that time, Mylan put in an offer for Perrigo.
Right.
And
so it looked like a smart investment on one hand. On the other hand.
Yeah, on the other hand, you probably don't want to, you can defend it saying, okay, he didn't sell since that time, so it wasn't, it would have looked worse if he had sold the stock. But
right.
what is a company's CEO doing buying stock in rival companies?
Yeah.
And, people familiar with him said, okay, he knows the industry very well, so he sticks his investments are in the sector.
He's an insider.
Yeah, exactly.
In other words.
He's an insider, in other words. And you have to wonder, okay, did he know something about a Teva bid, perhaps, for what was coming for Mylan? There are all sorts of things that look a little bit unsavory with this.
Yeah.
And it would be much safer, of course, and simpler if CEOs simply, didn't invest in companies they compete with.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Interesting story. We'll be following that one as well as others. In the meantime, stay tuned for more breaking views next week.